Have you ever walked away from a conversation and just felt exhausted or maybe confused, almost like you were somehow made smaller? Well, what we're talking about today is a toolkit, really. It's a way to spot the people who quietly drain your energy so you can protect your own peace before they get the chance.
And the really scary thing is that it's almost never a sudden attack. It's more like a slow burn. The source material puts it perfectly. You missed the signs, tiny little clues that were screaming at you. And while you were just trying to be a good person, giving them the benefit of the doubt, the damage was already being done. But that's going to end today. We're going to break this down into a really clear 5-part system so you can spot these behaviors right away. We're going to look at the subtle danger, how they twist conversations, the kinds of stories they tell, the one big test that reveals everything, and finally, what you can actually do about it. Okay, so the first thing we really have to get is that this stuff rarely feels like a big, direct confrontation. It's not some huge explosion. It's more like a slow, quiet leak that drains your confidence, your energy, your happiness. It's a pattern, and you were probably taught to just ignore it or make excuses for it. But I promise you, once you learn to see the pattern, you can never unsee it. All right, let's dive right in. We're starting with the first 2 red flags, and you'll find them in just normal, everyday conversations. This is where the game is played, right out in the open, and they're using words as weapons. So, the first sign is what I like to call conversational hijacking. You know how it is. You start to tell a story, maybe you're excited about something or maybe you're upset, and before you even get to the good part, they jump in. Suddenly, your whole experience is just a launching pad for their own story. And what's so telling when you look at it this way is the intent. See, in a healthy conversation, the other person is actually trying to understand you. They're asking questions. A toxic person isn't listening to understand you at all. They're just waiting for a pause so they can talk. The focus isn't shared, it's stolen. So here's a super simple, practical test you can use immediately. Next time you're talking to this person, share something that matters to you, and then just start a little clock in your head. If they manage to pivot the entire conversation back to themselves in under 30 seconds, well, that is a massive red flag. They're relating to you, they're just redirecting to themselves. All right, let's move on to the next sign, and this one is huge. It's their complete and total inability to take responsibility. They'll do something that hurts you, they'll break a promise, they'll just mess up, and when you try to talk to them about it, you get anything but a simple "I'm sorry." And this is where they pull a wild conversational judo move. They completely flip the script. Instead of them owning what they did, they actually attack your reaction to it. They'll say things like, "You're being too sensitive," or "I was just joking." They take their bad behavior and magically turn it into your flaw. It's crazy making. Okay, so here's another incredibly powerful little test for you. The next time they do something that bothers you, don't get angry. Just very calmly and plainly say, "When you did that, it hurt my feelings." And then just watch. Their reaction will tell you everything you need to know. A healthy person will be horrified they hurt you. A toxic person will get defensive and somehow make it your fault. All right, moving on. We've talked about what happens in moment-to-moment conversations. Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture, the actual stories they tell. You need to pay really close attention to the narratives they build, because it tells you everything. Okay, sign number 3 is that the main way they seem to connect with people is through gossip. They just thrive on drama, they love talking about other people's problems, and they use it to create this fake sense of closeness with you. It's like they're trying to make you feel like you're on their team by trashing someone else. And I really need you to remember this rule. It is ironclad. It's not a maybe, it's an always. The second you walk away, guess what? You're the new topic of conversation. That special, secret bond you thought you had, it's not real. You're just the temporary audience before you become the target. And this leads us right into the 4th sign. Now, this one can be really tricky because it's designed to make you feel sorry for them. Their life is just a never-ending series of disasters and misfortunes. Their boss is out to get them, their family is so unfair, their friends are all backstabbers. It's always something, and it's never their fault. In every single story they tell, they are the innocent hero, and literally everyone else is the villain. But you gotta ask yourself, if someone has problems with every single person in their life, what's the one common factor in all those different stories? It's them. And trust me, the day you do one tiny thing they don't like, you'll be the next villain in their story. Okay, now we've arrived at the biggest sign of all. This is the one that, once you really get it, you'll see it everywhere. It is the absolute ultimate litmus test for figuring out if someone actually respects you as a human being or if they just see you as something to be used. Toxic people are kind of like little scientists in a lab. And guess what? Your boundaries are their main experiment. They are constantly pushing and poking and prodding just to see how much they can get away with before you finally push back. And here's exactly how it works. It doesn't start with some huge, massive violation. No, it starts small. A little joke that's kind of mean. A favor that's just a little too big to ask. And they watch you. They watch your reaction. And if you let it slide, they make a little note. Okay, I can push further next time. It's a slow, methodical creep.
And really, this is the bottom line. When you finally do set a boundary, when you say no or please stop, just watch what happens. A person who respects you will say, "Oh, okay, I get it, my bad," and they'll stop. A toxic person gets angry. They'll make you feel like you're being unreasonable or crazy for even having a boundary in the first place. That's the test.
So, now that you can see these 5 signs with crystal clear vision, we have to ask the most important question of all. What are you supposed to do now? Right? Because knowing this stuff is useless if you don't act on it.
Let's just do a super quick recap of what we've covered. 1, they make everything about them. 2, they never, ever apologize. 3, they live on gossip and drama. 4, they're always the victim. And 5, the most important one, they have zero respect for your boundaries. The source material on this gives one very clear piece of advice. If you can honestly look at someone in your life and check off 3 or more of these signs, run. Seriously. Don't walk, don't negotiate with them, don't try to fix them. You just need to create distance. And please, let this one sink in. It is not your job to set yourself on fire just to keep someone else warm. Your mental peace, your energy, your self-respect, that stuff matters so much more than being nice to someone who consistently disrespects you. You have permission to protect yourself. So we'll end with this final question. Be really honest with yourself. As we were going through this list, whose face came to mind? I'm willing to bet a name or a face popped right into your head. You already know who it is. The real question now is, what are you going to do about it?